Hey guys, Jeremy here. Today we're going to be replacing the float in the back of our toilet. Now this is the Fluidmaster, and I want to show you how to install this, but first let me show you what we got going on here. So when I flush my stool, everything works as it should. The plunger opens up, the float drops. The only problem is my float doesn't drop far enough to kick the water on to refill. See there? So what we have to do is press this down. It's just sticking, so it's old, right? It's just old, and it's not doing what it's supposed to do, so we just need to replace it with a new one. So the first thing we're going to do is shut this water off. There's no sense in refilling that tank back up. So we're going to shut this water off. Some things that you might need is going to be a pair of channel locks to loosen the washer on the old float. You're also going to need a bowl to catch the extra water that drops down through the hole where you pull the old float out. And then you may also want to have a towel down here. So I've got a towel down here, and so that's what's going to be able to catch the excess water. Now here's the deal. If you look in here, you see that stem. This is where we're going to pull this entire stem out, but you see how much water is going to be left in the tank. Now we could scoop that out with a little cup, but I think that as we loosen this little locking washer here, it's just going to go right into the bowl. So we're starting that process now. Okay, so we pulled the old float tube out, and what we're going to do is set this one up the same way, and we just want the same height is what we want. So we want the top of the fill cap to be 3 inches above the overflow tube, and based on the old fill tube, we're just about right where we need to be. Now if you do need to make an adjustment, you can turn this bottom side here and make that height adjustment. You can either make it shorter or taller, whatever you need to do, and then we should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this in. Now they do give you a couple of extra things here. So we've got a new lock washer here that's going to go on the bottom side of the fill tube, and then we've also got your fill tube overflow clip. So this is just going to slip in here just like this, and we're going right inside and notice here, I'm too tall. I'm above the back side of my tank. So we're going to shorten this just a little bit. So I think when I tighten that nut, I'm going to pull that down just a little bit more, and we should clear that just fine. Now we're going to go ahead and hook the water back up to the bottom side of that fill tube. Okay, so we got everything hooked up. Now we're just going to make sure that we have no water leaks. So we're going to turn this water back on here. Now there's two adjustments that we can make here. Right here we can adjust the water in the bowl, and then we can also, with the float, we can adjust the water that's going to be in the back of the tank. So we'll let that continue to fill up, and then we'll see if there's any adjustments we need to make. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and flush and make sure that everything works okay. So we're filling up the bowl now. Just want to make sure that we have plenty of water in the bowl. So you can adjust that bowl water level by using this little knob right here. So you can turn it on or off. So one more test here just to make sure everything is right where we want it to be. Now I could also adjust my float height and allow more water in the back of the tank, but I think we're getting a fairly good flush and don't have to worry about that. So we're going to try that one more time. And that's it. That's just how easy it is to replace the float in the back of your toilet. You don't necessarily need to replace the guts. If your stopper is not leaking, don't replace it. If your handle's working fine, don't replace it. You don't need to buy the whole kit. You can just buy that stem there and replace the float, and you should be good to go.